Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, Subscription Boxes and More with Michelle. I hope I have enough battery life and enough camera space to get through this video. We have here our fourth installment of the flower letters. And this one got a little mangled in the mail and came taped up. So I don't know if maybe a neighbor got it by accident and they opened it and said, oops, this isn't mine. Or if it happened at the post office. But anyways, regardless, let's get into this one. All right, so this one is from Audrey Rose to Charlie. Okay, and written August 13th of 1943. And as always, I like to start with kind of the intro to the letter here, and then skip around so that I don't give away too many spoilers. Okay, dear Charlie, your letter made me laugh. Toss a basket of jawbreakers at Fairbanks? Can you imagine? I'll go ahead and say that your estimation in my book has risen even higher. I love to laugh, but it happens so rarely these days. Anyone who can successfully make me do it moves decidedly into my best graces. So I suppose what I'm saying is there is a strong possibility we can move from the friend category to something sweeter, to the something sweeter category by the end of our time together next Saturday. All right, so they're going to get to see each other again. So already, you know, by letter 4, she's already hinting towards, hey, dude, I don't want you to be in the friend zone. Let's, you know, let's be sweethearts. So, her dad was supposed to be there, but he's being called away to England for some reason. And so now, Audrey Rose is going to be there for the weekend, by herself. And they're talking about General Eisenhower. Okay, jawbreakers is one of the letters or the words in red, so we need to look and find out what jawbreakers is. And General Eisenhower, well, I think we probably, a lot of us, if we know anything about history, know who he was. But it's still in red. So down the way, speaking of your father, 6 months as a POW. The Americans didn't even enter the Great War until 1917, and it ended in November of 1918. Now, that's a bit of information that she would not probably have to share with Charlie, because being a military kid and his dad being a POW during that time, he would know this. This is more for our benefit because not everyone knows their history, right? And it ended in November of 1918. That means your father wasn't released from Germany until 1919 at the earliest. After the war was over, how truly terrible for your mother. It's no wonder her feelings have stayed so strong for all these years. I'm sorry, Charlie. All right, well, exactly what I thought was going to happen. Happened. My battery went dead. All right. So anyways, there are other things in red here, like propaganda and the Trail of Tears. What else is in red? Gum beater. Sugar mail. Sugar ration. All right, so back to where we were. I was just telling you the things were in red because I think that they're kind of interesting terms. As to being my father's secretary, I love it. I was never cut out for nursing like Ruby. Remember, Ruby is her sister, who is a nurse in the Army. Show me blood and I faint dead away. Give me the intellectual side of war, however, the strategy and battle tactics and all the other things the general is involved in planning, and I'm fascinated. The psychology behind it all is what captures my interest the most. My background psychology, so me too. So see, there, she and I have something kind of in common. So besides the fact that, you know, This is going on during a time when my grandfather served in the Navy. So, you know, there's things that make me interested and invested in the story. So anyways, and then she goes on, I suppose we owe much of, they're talking about fear and all of that, about the war and all that, and that they owe a lot of that to propaganda. But even the psychology behind that fascinates me. Propaganda meaning. So anyways, and then she goes on to say, my grandmother watched her own mother die in the Trail of Tears. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up. Let's see, let's skip a little bit. I wonder what you think about all this, Charlie. Are you a realist, or are you an unconquerable optimist? Oh, how I hope you are the latter, as much as I feel the need to look at the world well-informed and realistically. Unconquerable optimists are truly a breath of fresh air. I'm sure it was pretty rare during this time. So anyways, well, dear Charlie, skipping down a lot, it will be wonderful to see you again on Saturday, even if we have to spend most of the day as mere friends. Again, she is alluding to the fact that she would like to move him out of the friend zone. Love, Audrey Rose. P.S. In order to ease the animosity between you and the other fellas over your receiving sugar mail and them not, sugar mail being in red, some of the girls here in the OSS office and I had a bake-off to see who could create the tastiest sweet treat without using up any of our sugar ration. Somehow, I won by creating a surprisingly tasty coconut pecan tart. I've enclosed a box full of them for you to share or barter with if that suits you better. Just don't eat them all at once, or do if you'll enjoy them better that way. And again, it tells you down here in and they do it in red so that you know it's not part of the letter, that if you don't know these terms, that, you know, to go onto their website and look in the Learn section and find out. But, and this is what I've been complaining about, that there wasn't things that really sort of felt period, you know, like memorabilia, period pieces, period things that sort of tie this into the time other than the letters themselves. Well, they did better this time. They actually gave us, quit being nosy. Don't pause and try to copy this down. Get your own copy of the flower letters. They gave us the recipe for the tarts. I'm actually going to try to make this sometime over the next couple of days, and hopefully when I upload this, I will have those to show you and to tell you how they turned out, if I get a chance. If I don't, well, we'll have to use our imaginations. But it is Audrey Rose's Coconut Pecan Tarts, and love coconut, love pecans. But listen, guys, it tells you things like a dash or a tad of cinnamon powder, a dash of nutmeg, and a half smidgen of ground cloves. Those are some of the measurements. So you might have to fiddle with it just a little bit to get it to your taste, to your liking. But I love coconut and I love pecans. And who doesn't love a good tart? So anyways, that looks to be something interesting. And I don't know if maybe on the back, look how tiny that is, guys. Yeah, I'm going to read this. Good thing they gave me that little magnifying glass in the first letter, right? It may actually tell you the breakdown of what this dash and tad and half a smidgen. But I couldn't tell you for sure because I cannot see that itty bitty print without that magnifying glass. But I am looking forward to trying this and letting you know how they turn out. I hope I get to do that. Sounds very interesting. And that's the kind of thing. See, it doesn't have to be something, you know, incredibly, well, I mean, you got to be able to fit it in a letter, right? So something like this, a recipe of the time, that's really cool. Or like the dance card in the first one, or, you know, you just have to watch and find out what was in the other ones. But, yeah, I just want them, I just want their little extras to be more period specific, more, you know, replica-ish. That's all I'm asking. And hopefully, you know, as the letters progress, hopefully we're going to see more of that and less of things like postcards and stickers that really, to me, don't feel like they're connected. Other than the artwork on the back of the envelope matching, you know. But again, as this progresses, maybe they will tie in the flower letters and this artwork somehow. Maybe it'll tie in and there'll be a reference to, and then maybe it'll be like, oh, well, okay, makes sense. I don't know. We shall see. But that was the fourth letter. And I know that it jumped around and it didn't give you a whole lot of insight into the, I'm trying to give you a little taste of what's going on in the characters themselves without giving away so much that you have no good reason to read the letters for yourself. This is a really neat subscription, different than other subscriptions out there. I mean, you know, as much as we all love our beauty boxes and all of that, just how much of that do we really, you know, want or need? Clearly some of us need more of it than others, but I mean, it's nice to have something that's less expensive. You're getting it twice a month rather than once, and it's just different. And I'm not really big into romance novels. Sorry, my husband's asleep because he works third shift, but I have people out there, so that's why we're in here. Anyways, I'm not into romance novels. I'm more into mystery and murder and psychology and, you know, what makes people tick. But, probably just showed you my address. But, this is a neat way of having romance without it being sickeningly, you know, overdone. I just don't like those anymore. In my young years, yeah, I could get into a romance novel, specifically historical romance. It's just not for me now, but this is kind of a different way of spinning it. Still got some romance sprinkled in there, but also with the time in history that my grandfather served in the Navy and that kind of thing. So, anyways, I hope you will check it out. This isn't like sponsored or anything, so it's not like it, I just think that you would enjoy it. I know I am. Alright. Anyways, guys, with that, please give me a big old thumbs up. That really helps my channel. Please let me know in the comments below what you're thinking about. My allergies. No. What you're thinking about the flower letters. Whether, you know, do you think this is interesting? Do you think it's a pretty neat concept to do a subscription based around correspondence, something that we don't do a whole lot of anymore. I mean, that's not through text. You know, sort of a lost thing, you know, snail mail and all of that. You know, and having it be a fictional couple, but set during a historical time. What do you think? What do you think? Are you interested? Not interested? Let me know. Or just come by and say hi. I like that too. And please subscribe to my channel. Please share my video because you don't know, you know, somebody you know might be interested in my videos and might like to subscribe. And thank you for watching and listening to me babble, because clearly I have totally just lost where I was. But I do that. And I will see you soon in another video, probably later on today. Bye, guys.